online social science classes, and I am here, your social science teacher Sangeeta Behra. Hello students, I am back with your online social science classes for the class 7th and the chapter number 3, and it's part number 2. So what is our chapter? It is our changing earth. So till now, up to which portion we had completed? You maybe remember those all things and are safe in your homes. So students, today we will conclude with the part 2, and we will start this part 2 with the chapter of, or the portion of, what? We had concluded up to the epicenter of the earthquakes. Okay, and one good knowledge we are going to share with you through this book, that is, there are 3 types of earthquake waves. Those are P waves, or the longitudinal waves, S waves, or the transverse waves, L waves, or surface waves. Okay, these are the main 3 waves. It happens during the earthquake happens on the earth surface. Okay, so student, we had concluded the last part up to the origin of an earthquake with this diagram, isn't it? So we will go further to this chapter through the earthquake happened in the Gujarat. When it happened? It happens on the date of 26 January 2001 at the Richter scale of 6.9. What is that Richter scale? Richter scale is the measurement of the earthquake vibration. Okay. See, this is the main newspaper click which is given in your book. Okay, check. Earthquake hits Bhuj. Bhuj is the place where the earthquakes happen in the year of 26 January 2001, and it's destroyed a school totally. At least 971 students and 31 teachers are feared to have lost their lives following the collapse of school building. So this is the destruction caused by an earthquake at the year of 2001. Okay, so students, see how drastically the scenes are changed when the earthquakes used to happen. See in this figure number 3.3a. okay, in this figure you can able to imagine if earthquakes happens in a higher Richter scale, then what is going to happen in that area. Okay, so although earthquake can be predicted, the impact can certainly be minimized if we are prepared beforehand. ये तो पक्का है कि earthquake होने के पहले तो कभी अंदेशा पता ही नहीं चलता है, बट स्टिल यदि हम लोग को उनसे बचने के तरीके पता हो तो हम लोग earthquake से थोड़ी मात्रा में बच सकते हैं. ठीक है. So some common earthquake prediction methods adopted locally by the people including studying animal behavior. Fish in the ponds get agitated. Snakes come out from the surface, inside surface. They won't stay inside the earth. Okay. From their activities, we can able to decide that the earthquake is going to be happen. Okay. So like this, in the previous years, when our previous generations used to stay, they don't know about the Richter scale, they don't know about the earthquake, things are like that. They used to see the activities of animals and snakes, and they used to imagine that something wrong is going to happen in the earth surface or the inside the earth surface. Okay, so like this they used to do the things. What is the machine through which we can able to measure the earthquake? Do you know that thing? That is seismograph. See, in do you know column, it is already mentioned in your book, page number 3. An earthquake is measured with a machine called a seismograph. The magnitude of the earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. Just now we discussed the Richter scale, right? And Earthquake of 2.0 or less can be felt only a little. Means Richter scale of 2 or less is felt as a little one. An earthquake over 5.0 can cause damage from things falling. A 6.0 or higher magnitude is considered very strong, and 7.0 is classified as the major earthquake Richter scale. Okay. If some area the earthquake happens in the Richter scale of 7.0, so we will have a huge amount of damages in that particular area. Okay. So students, so be careful, and if you are staying in the earthquake zone, so be careful with the activities of the animals. You can easily recognize that earthquake is going to be happen in the few moments. Okay. So if somebody is staying near the earthquake prone area, then they can also know the activities of the animals through which they can recognize the availability or the cause of earthquake. Okay. And suddenly if it will happen, what you have to do, you can have a little look on this. See, earthquake preparedness. This is the common things we can do while we can face the earthquake vibrations. Okay. What are those? Let's discuss on this. Where to take shelter during an earthquake? Safe spot under a kitchen counter, table or desk, after, against an inside corner or wall. Okay, someday if you will feel like the vibration is happening on the earth surface, what you will do? आप लोग कहाँ जाओगे? किचन काउंटर के नीचे थोड़ा छुप जाइएगा या फिर टेबल और डेस्क के नीचे छुप जाइएगा, ताकि ऊपर से गिरने वाला चीज़ डायरेक्टली आपके ऊपर ना गिरे. ओके. स्टे अवे फ्रॉम फायर प्लेसेस, एरिया अराउंड चिमनीज, विंडोज दैट सैटर इंक्लूडिंग मिरर एंड पीस पिक्चर फ्रेम्स. ओके. मतलब किस किस जगहों से दूर रहना है जहाँ पे आग लगने के चांसेस ज़्यादा हो, चिमनीज हो पास में, या फिर विंडो जिसके पास मिरर लगा हो, या फिर कोई पिक्चर फ्रेम्स हो, क्योंकि वो सब गिरने से अचानक से ही सब टूटने की वजह से आप लोगों को चोट भी लग सकती है. ठीक है. सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट. स्प्रेड अवेयरनेस अमॉन्ग्स योर फ्रेंड्स, फैमिली मेम्बर्स एंड फेस एनी डिजास्टर कॉन्फिडेंटली. ओके. मतलब इस तरह की कभी भी आप यदि अर्थक्वेक महसूस करते हो तो उस समय इस सब चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना, ताकि आप लोगों को कोई हानि ना पहुंचे. ओके. सो स्टूडेंट्स, like this you will do your preparation before you will get a small effect of earthquake also in your life. Okay. So here we will conclude how we will be safe in the case of earthquakes happens, or in the earthquake prone areas, where we can make ourselves safe by having this type of awareness which we had already discussed before. Okay. So here are the major landforms through which we can know what is differences happenings on the earth surface. Okay. The landscape is being continuously worn away by two processes. We already discussed in the previous chapters, weathering and the erosion. Weathering is the breaking up of rocks on the earth surface, which happens due to wind, air, water, isn't it? We already discussed in our previous chapter. So erosion. What is erosion? Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents like water, wind and ice. The eroded material is carried away by the transported by the water, wind, and eventually deposited also. And what will happen after deposition? The rock formation is happening, isn't it? We had already studied in rock profile, isn't it? So I hope you maybe remember those things, and you will give a good answer for that questions also. Okay. So this process of erosion and deposition create different landforms on the surface of the earth. So one more thing we can know, there are thousands of small waterfalls in the world. The highest waterfall is Angel Falls of Venezuela in South America. Okay. So you have to remember this general knowledge, that highest waterfall is Angel Falls of Venezuela in South America. The other waterfall is Niagara Falls, located on the border between Canada and USA in the North America, and the Victoria Falls on the borders of Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa. See, this is the Niagara Falls picture. Isn't it beautiful? Whenever if you will plan some day in your life, you can visit this fall. Okay, it's really looks like our Chitrakoot, right? So anybody already seen the Chitrakoot, it also looks the same as it is, isn't it? So whenever you can go for a holiday trip, enjoy this Niagara Fall. Okay, तो बच्चों कुछ चित्रकूट की तरह ही है हमारा नाइग्रा फॉल, है ना? तो हमारा चित्रकूट उससे ज़्यादा खूबसूरत है. जब आप वहाँ जाओगे तभी आपको पता चलेगा. एनीवे, एन्जॉय whenever you will go, and just remember the Chitrakoot also. So here we should know the work of a river also. How the river is useful for the formation of landscapes. Okay. The running water in the river erodes the landscape. Means if the flow of river is very speed, at that time it erodes the landscape or form a new landforms. Okay. When the river tumbles at steep angle over very hard rocks or down with a steep valley side, it forms a waterfall. You got it? Waterfall कैसे बनता है? In figure 3.4, you can see this. When the hard rocks is got eroded by the speed of water in the river, means जब नदी बहुत ही तेजी से बहना शुरू करती है तो वो क्या करती है? हार्ड रॉक को डैमेज करती है ना? एंड देन उसके नीचे जो सॉफ्ट रॉक होता है उसको भी वो डैमेज करके अपने स्पीड से क्या करती है? अपना फ्लो को बनाए रखती है. मीन्स एनी हाउ रिवर विल फ्लो फ्रॉम अप टू डाउन, इजंट इट? सो व्हेनेवर दे विल यूज टू flow in a speed way, they used to erode. Erode means they will break the rocks. Okay, whether it will be the hard rock or whether it will be the soft rock. Okay, and then they used to flow down to the earth surface. Okay, as the river enters the plain, it twists and turns, forming large bends known as meanders. Okay, due to the continuous erosion and deposition along the sides of the meanders, the ends of the meander loop come closer and closer. How you will see that meanders? See in this figure. This is the features made by a river in a flat plain. मतलब एक डेल्टा बनाने वाले एरिया में, मतलब जहाँ पे बाढ़ आने के चांसेस भी ज़्यादा होते हैं, at that time you can see this type of meanders. Okay, used to deposit the broken rocks. Okay, like this they used to do the portions while coming from up to down. When the waterfalls happens, it comes down to the surface of the earth, and on the surface of the earth from up portion to the down portion, they used to flow like this. Okay, so one first is meander is created when it enters to the twists and turns of the larger bends. Okay, due to continuous erosion and deposition, मतलब when it erodes the rocks and it deposited the portions of sand nearer to the river bank, they used to create the meanders. Okay, in due course of the time, the meander loop cuts off from the river and forms a cut-off lake, also called as Oxbow Lake. Sometimes you have to see some part of water also getting stored or deposited in a corner of the portion of that river bank, and it's separated from the flow of the water. Which water? The river water. Okay. At times the river overflows its bank. As it floats, it deposited layers of fine soil and other materials called as sediments along its banks. Okay, this leads to the formation of the flat fertile flood plain, जो कि खेती करने के लिए बहुत बड़ी उपजाऊ जमीन होती है. Okay, that's why most of the agriculture activities are done nearby the bank of the river. मतलब नदी के किनारे ही बहुत सारे एग्रीकल्चर की एक्टिविटीज होते हैं, जैसे यहाँ पे भी आप लोग देखते हैं, है ना? आपकी नदी इंद्रावती, उसकी साइड में कितने सारे लोग अपना खेती बाड़ी करते हैं, कितनी सारी खेती बाड़ी की काम का अच्छे तरह से निर्वाह करते हैं, है ना? सो कुछ इस तरह ही फ्लड प्लेन बनने की वजह से वहाँ पे का जो पोर्शन ऑफ द सॉइल इज वेरी फर्टाइल विच इज़ यूजफुल फॉर द agriculture purposes. Okay, the raised bank are called leaves. As the river approaches the sea, the speed of the flowing water decreases and the river begins to break up into small numbers of streams called what? Distributaries. मतलब river को भी अपने कुछ भागों को इधर उधर डिवाइड करना पड़ता है ताकि वाटर का फ्लो जो है वो सही तरीके से जा सके. ओके, तो एट दैट टाइम what it's created the distributed part of the river. Okay, the river becomes slow and that it begins to deposit its load. Each tributary form its own mouth. The collection of sediments from all the mouths forms a delta. Okay, so this is the formation of delta. See how the main river, it started here. The main river, it started in this portion. Okay, see in this portion the main river is started, and when it comes to nearer to the sea portion, they used to start distributed. See how the layers are distributed among from the main river, distributed in different parts. Okay, and it's create the delta zone. Okay, so here you get concluded with the delta. Okay, so let's see what's more is there. What is the work of sea waves now? After the river get joined with the sea, what will happen? The erosion and deposition parts of sea waves gives rise to the coastal landforms. Okay, sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. तो कोस्टल लैंडफॉर्म जब बनता है तब होता क्या है, कैसे बनता है कोस्टल लैंड? जो इरोड होके रॉक्स आते हैं एंड द डिपोजिशन ऑफ सी वेव्स. समंदर देखा है किसी ने? समंदर में जिस तरह लहरें उठती हैं तो क्या होता है, सारी रेत को वो खींच के किनारे में लाके डाल देते हैं, है ना? ठीक उसी तरह वो किसकी वजह से होता है? जो लहरें उठती हैं समंदर में उसकी वजह से. Isn't it? So the sea caves are also formed near the sea bank. Okay, and gives rise to the coastal landform. Sea waves continuously strike at the rocks. जब मोस्ट ऑफ द पोर्शन, जैसे मुंबई यदि कोई गया हो तो वहाँ पे आप देखोगे कि रॉक्स की बैंक मिलेंगे आपको सी शोर की पोर्शन पे. मतलब कि समंदर के किनारे मोस्टली आपको क्या मिलेगा, रॉक पोर्शन ही मिलेंगे. ओके, एंड इन दैट पोर्शन यू विल सी हाउ द रॉक सी केव्स आर being formed. Okay, over time they have become larger and wider, thus hollow like caves are formed on the rocks. They are called as the sea caves. As these cavities become bigger and bigger, only the roof of the caves remain, thus forming of the sea arches. See in this figure number 3.7, you can see how the sea caves are formed and how the sea arches are formed. Okay, so further erosion breaks the roof and only walls are left. These walls like features called as stake. See this one are the stake. See, when the caves are removed from that area. Okay, and these are the sea arches. These are the sea caves which you can imagine when the deposition and the erosion happens in the seashore area. Okay, so when the steep rocky coast rising almost vertically above sea water is called as sea cliff. Okay, the sea waves deposited sediments along the shores forming the beaches. Like this, the sea portion are happening when the sea is having all speed flow towards the bank of its area. Okay, so now we should learn about the work of ice. How ice used to work for the formation of landform. Okay, so glaciers are the rivers of ice which to erode the landscape by bulldozing soils and stones to expose the solid rock below. Glaciers carve out deep hollows there. As the ice melts, they get filled up with water and become beautiful lakes in the mountains. The material carried by glaciers such as rocks, big and small, sands and silts gets deposited This deposit is known as the glacier moraine. Okay. See, if somebody will plan someday to go Simla or in Jammu Kashmir to see the formation of ice landforms, at that time you can able to imagine very nicely how the ice used to do their formation of landforms. Okay, see the beautiful mountains in this figure number 3.8 in your book. Here you can able to easily see how the ice is being deposited in the mountainous areas, okay, which is filled up with water and become beautiful lakes when the ices get melt. Okay, so like this, the most of the portion of ice is worked out while making the different landforms of the glaciers. Okay, glacier, you can say the main formation of ice landform. Okay, so here we will conclude it with the work of ice also. Now work of wind. How you will see the work of wind? Mostly in the desert area. Okay, there you will see the sand dunes pictures like this. If somebody had visited Rajasthan, they can also having the imagination of how the sand dunes are being formed through the speed of the wind in that desert areas. Okay, so in desert you can see rocks in a shape of mushroom, commonly called as mushroom rocks. Winds erode the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. जब कभी रेत के ऊपर आप घूमने जाते हो और जोर से हवा चलती है तो क्या होता है? नीचे की तरफ से रेत पहले उखड़ती है ना? तो ठीक उसी तरह ही wind used to do their works in the desert area. Okay, wind erodes the lower section of the rock more than the upper part. Therefore, such rocks have narrower base and wider top. Okay, when the wind blows, it lifts and transports sands from one place to another. When it stops blowing, the sand falls and gets deposited in low hills like structures. Then those are known as sand dunes, which is already described in your picture of 3.9 in your book, page number 6. Okay, check out. This is the pictures of sand dunes, which is formed due to the erosion of the or deposition of the wind blows. Okay, when the grains of sands are very fine and light, the wind can carry it over very long distances. मतलब बहुत दूर दूर तक ये लोग अपने wind के सहारे sands को उड़ा के ले जा सकते हैं. When such sand is deposited in a large area, it is called as loess. Okay, large deposits of loess is mostly found in China, the desert areas of China. Okay, so here we will conclude with the work of wind also. Okay, so students, here we are concluded with this chapter, and you have to complete your homeworks with the exercises given in your NCERT book. Till then, stay healthy and stay safe, and send me your homeworks as soon as possible, and enjoy your learning. Okay, thank you.